Hey there. First off, thank you guys so much for being patient with me. Here in Michigan, we've had a pretty crazy week as far as the weather goes. I think it was yesterday, it was negative 37 degrees. So we had a lot of problems. Our power was going on and off. So I do apologize for the delay in this. And I do apologize for the mix up the first time around. It looks like there's quite a few different businesses with that name, and I think that's what the mix up was. But I have had a chance to review the correct one, and I want to go ahead and go over everything that I found. So, the first thing that I would recommend is to actually run a Facebook lunch special. Now, this is a, one of the best ways that I like to start off a restaurant with is running this special right here, for the reason that it's really easy to track the advertisement and see if it's actually going to be paying off for you, because people will come in and they'll say, hey, I seen your ad on Facebook. I would like to get the lunch special. The lunch special could be anything from like 5 to 10% off of the meal, or a drink special, or anything like that. It could be a dinner special too. But lunch is usually a good one to see if it's working right away, because a lot of business owners or a lot of people that work office jobs that are always looking for different things to try for lunch. That's why I recommend that for restaurants. Let's go ahead and take a look at your Facebook. Okay, so you guys are doing really well on likes. You have quite a few likes. The only thing I would say here is that, let's see, reviews are good. Reviews are looking good. We would love to have a few more, but as far as your rating goes, it's pretty darn good. One way to get more out of this is to do something similar like the lunch campaign. One thing to get your rating up would be to say, at the end of the meal, say, hey guys, if you really enjoyed your meal, could you please leave us a review on Facebook? We would really appreciate it. And if they do, you can say, oh, and if you guys do leave the review, I would be more than happy to give you a coupon for the next time that you're in. Again, the coupon can be anything you want. It can be a free dessert or, whatever. That's just one way to do it. I mean, you could pump up the number of reviews that you guys have like in a week, which is going to be a big deal because there's actually a lot of competition within your guys' area. So anything we can do like that to kind of show that people are choosing your restaurant over any of the competitors. So your guys' postings, you want to post a little more frequently. I see that you've been posting here and there, and that's definitely great. I like stuff like this. This is good. Let's see. These pictures are great. I think the real thing here is the frequency of it. We're getting some people to engage on it, and it's probably maybe the same people engaging on these posts over and over, and that's okay too. But one thing that we would want to do is start attracting new people to this page, okay? Especially within your guys' local area. Now, the way that I propose that we do that is, one, post more, but the main one, the one that's going to bring you guys a lot of traffic, is going to be running this Facebook special campaign. Now, what this would be is this would be an ad that we go ahead and create on Facebook. It's not the same as like boosting a post. This would be a dedicated ad, and it'll have some content just like this here, maybe a nice picture like this, and it'll say something like, come in for our lunch special, and then we'll have the details about the lunch special, and we'll say, like limited time offer, and then we'll test that. We can test that for a month or 2 months and see how that goes. And like I said, the best thing about this is that we're going to know if it works for you guys. If for example, if you threw like $500 at this, that's more than enough money to see if this is going to work for you guys. And the best thing is that if this does work for you guys, we'll be able to scale that. Okay. So you should be able to easily make that money back because we're going to be able to track it. Now, if you don't, then we'll never do it again. We'll never touch it. I'm not one of those guys that are going to sell you on something if it's not going to work for you guys. But I'm pretty darn confident that the Facebook campaign will, just because I've seen it work for so many other restaurants. That's why that's like the number one thing. As far as social media goes, you guys are making the right play, doing this and then doing a little bit in Instagram. So let's see. Post more frequently. We already talked about that. You guys' reviews are good. Now let's get into something pretty darn big here. Your Google My Business. Your reviews are really great. Okay, you guys have a lot of reviews. The rating is okay. I think it's like a 3.9. Let me verify. 3.8. Okay, 3.8. That's good. That's still good. Obviously, we would love to see that be a 4 or mid 4. In rare cases, you can be a 5. But you have 144 reviews, which is awesome. That's really good. One thing here on your listing is that you guys actually don't have your website listed. You can see here on your Google My Business listing, it says that I can suggest or add a website. We really, really want to add that in there, especially since you guys, the competition is so heavy. They're going to have that in there. And any little bit that we can do, Google is going to look at that and rank us a little bit higher for that. Let's see. So I'll show you an example of that. You guys is, okay, let's see. Let's go over just to Google Maps here. And I just went ahead and typed in Indian restaurant. I'm going to go ahead and refresh that. Okay, good. So we're actually right here. Now, this is just if I was right over this area and if I was anywhere in this area and I typed in Indian restaurant. These are the results that are showing. Now, you can see right where we are, we're actually not showing. We're not showing there. So that's a big problem. And I think a lot of that has to do with our Google My Business listing isn't optimized. It's not ranking the best, to say. And there's a few things that we can do for that. And that's what I do for a lot of my clients is I help them with this optimization process, help them fix that Google My Business listing. It's also known as SEO. I focus heavily on that, and I think it's going to be a really big deal for you guys. And here's why. You can see all of these other restaurants here as we scroll down, and we're not ranked on any of them. Yeah, we're not ranked on any of those. So that's a big problem. That means that when people are within the area or even around the city and they're typing in restaurant or Indian restaurant, you guys aren't showing up. And another thing here, which is really interesting, it's kind of cool to see it because I know this type of ad is really working lately, is this right here. If you see this little purple icon, this actually means that they paid to be in this position. This is a Google My Maps ad. Google rolled this out last year, and they rolled it out slowly. It's not in all areas, but obviously it's in your guys' area, and it's pretty darn powerful. So what that allows us to do is we can take a little bit of money and set up a Google Maps ad, and we can be showing up right here right away. And with all of the traffic on the internet now being mobile, that's going to be huge because mobile phones favor these local listings, especially the maps. They're really paying attention to those maps. If you ask your phone, for example, Indian restaurant near me, it's going to pull up a map type thing and it's going to show you these businesses around your area. And they take in, when they're deciding who shows up first, they take into account a lot of things. For example, when you open, your street location, how far away from that business you are, how many reviews, the average rating, your actual website, they look at that as well. So there's a lot of things here that we can do to get you guys showing up. Now, I truly believe that I can get you to show up right in here, right in these areas. If not number one, we'll be really darn close right up here. And I think over time, we can take that number one spot. But what would be even more powerful is that if we did a Google Maps ad as well as optimize your listing. Because now imagine this. When someone searches for your business on their phone, they would see our ad up here at the top. And then below that, they would see our normal listing as well. So we would take up those top two spots. So subconsciously, that looks like, hey, we're the popular business on the block, right? That looks like, hey, we're the best restaurant around. We're showing up twice. We have good ratings. And that's really all there is to it. People typically, unless they have a restaurant name in mind, they're not going to be scrolling down this list. They're going to look at these top ones here. And if we can be up in here, it's going to be such a big deal for you guys. And I don't think it's going to be too hard. Now, the competition is thick. There's a lot of competition. But they're not doing everything right. I checked out a lot of them, and they're not doing everything that I would be doing. And I found quite a few ways that I think we can get around that and get into these top spots. And that's going to be huge for you guys. We're going to have to fix a few things on your Google My Business listing, but that's A-okay. We'll be able to show up for those different things. Let's see. So what I'm proposing is that we start on Facebook. I'll create the artwork. I'll set up the targeting radius. I'll set up and I'll manage the Facebook campaign. This is for the Facebook lunch campaign. I'll handle all of it. And the best thing is that I'll help you guys with the results tracking. Also, I want to start posting on your guys' Facebook page. Now, typically I charge extra for this, but I don't really see it being too big of a deal. Pretty much what would we do is we would take great pictures of your guys' restaurant and of the food, and we would be posting those once a day or once or twice a day. It really kind of depends. And we would be sharing these different things, and we would also be replying to the comments and reaching out to people and applying the correct hashtags to the images. That way, we're naturally kind of building an audience on Facebook. Now, the Facebook lunch campaign, that's targeted to finding new customers fast. I think that's going to be awesome for you guys. Being in the restaurant world, it's a very visual thing, an environmental thing. People want to see that. They want to see the food. They want to see the environment. And the best way to share this is through social media. Now, it's kind of the same thing with Google My Business. You see, Google My Business, I look at that as it kind of judges how popular your business is. And if we can influence that through paid advertisements, it's going to jump us ahead of everyone else, and it's going to make a big difference. And that's my job, and that's my specialty. I've been able to get some awesome results for my clients, and I really think that we can do this. I mentioned earlier that I would probably throw $500 at a Facebook campaign, and for the Google one, I would probably throw $200 or $300 at it. Well, if you guys decide to work with me and have me do this, this is what I would charge right here, $12.97, and I would include that ad spend. So you wouldn't have to pay the $500 or the $200 or $300 extra. That's all on me. I handle that. So this price includes me doing everything that I'd mentioned and paying Google and Facebook to run these ads for us. I think this is going to be a great test. Your guys' area, like I said, is super competitive, which I love because that makes me competitive, and that's the best thing that I can be. That way I can deliver the best results, because that's the biggest thing for me, is delivering you guys results. If I deliver you guys results, then that means you're going to want to continue our relationship, and it's a win-win for both of us. So that's my entire goal, is to build a long-term relationship here. And I truly believe that I can do this and make this work for you guys. I know I can get you guys some more customers. So if you guys are interested in this, or if you have any questions whatsoever about this stuff, please feel free and reach out to me and let me know. And I would love to get going on this with you guys, and I appreciate it so much. And again, I apologize for all of the confusion earlier. Thank you guys. Bye.